Have you ever wondered how a city known for its blazing heat and towering skyscrapers can suddenly be submerged underwater? Imagine Dubai, the desert metropolis, grappling with a phenomenon as unexpected as flooding, an event that seems almost surreal given the city's arid climate and sand-ridden landscapes. Recently, this city of superlatives experienced just that, a deluge that left residents and onlookers puzzled. Today, we delve into the causes and effects of the recent floods in Dubai. In the past few months, Dubai, a city accustomed to blazing heat, experienced floods that posed serious challenges to its residents and infrastructure. The downpour was so heavy that schools had to be closed, and even the major airport had to shut down temporarily. The city, which usually basks in the sun, found itself grappling with torrential rains and waterlogged streets. Life in Dubai was thrown off balance. Daily routines were disrupted as people found it difficult to navigate through the water-filled roads. The city's infrastructure, designed more for the heat than the cold, struggled to cope with the onslaught of the rains. The drainage systems, not equipped to handle such heavy rainfall, were overwhelmed, exacerbating the flooding situation. Transportation was another area that faced the brunt of the floods. Road closures became a common occurrence, causing traffic snarls and adding to the woes of the commuters. The usually bustling city had to slow down, adapt and reorient itself to deal with this unexpected situation. Now, let's explore what might have triggered these unexpected floods. Floods in a desert city? Sounds strange, right? Yet there are a few theories that might explain this anomaly. Let's dive into some of these possible causes, starting with climate change. Experts have been warning us for years about the impact of global warming on our weather patterns. As greenhouse gases trap more heat in the atmosphere, we're seeing more extreme weather events worldwide, from heat waves to heavy rains. In Dubai's case, some believe that climate change could be causing these unusual bouts of rainfall, turning the city's typically dry conditions into flooded streets. But climate change isn't the only suspect. We also need to consider the city's infrastructure. As Dubai has grown, so too has its need for effective drainage systems. However, experts suggest that the city's current infrastructure may not be adequate to handle the increased rainfall. This means that when heavy rains do come, the water has nowhere to go but onto the streets, leading to flooding. Now let's talk about cloud seeding. This is a weather modification technique that's been used globally since the 1940s to enhance rainfall. The UAE government has conducted cloud seeding operations, which some people have linked to the recent floods. But is this claim valid? Well, while cloud seeding can indeed increase rainfall, experts dismiss the idea that it could cause floods on the scale we've seen in Dubai. Critics of cloud seeding raise concerns about its impact on rainfall distribution and potential health risks from the chemicals used. Yet, the consensus seems to be that it's more likely a contributing factor rather than a primary cause of the floods. While these theories offer some explanation, the flood's effects on Dubai are undeniable. The floods in Dubai have triggered a ripple effect that extends far beyond waterlogged streets. This isn't just about a few days of rain and inconvenience. It's about the broader impacts that such events can have on a city and its inhabitants. Let's first talk about the physical damage. Flooding can wreak havoc on infrastructure. Roads can erode, buildings can weaken, and vital services like electricity and water can be disrupted. This isn't just a one-time cost. Repairing this damage takes time and money, and in the meantime, people's lives are disrupted. But that's not all. Flooding can also disrupt businesses. After all, it's hard to keep a shop open or a factory running when your premises are underwater. And even once the waters recede, there can be lasting damage to stock, machinery, and buildings. This can have a knock-on effect on the local economy, impacting jobs and livelihoods. And then there's the human cost. Flooding can lead to health risks, such as diseases borne by standing water or mosquitoes. It can also exacerbate existing health conditions, particularly for those with respiratory issues. And let's not forget the mental health impact of dealing with such a disaster, which can be significant. But perhaps the most profound ripple effect is the reminder that even the most advanced cities are not immune to the forces of nature. Despite our technological advances and our architectural marvels, we are still at the mercy of the weather. And as climate change accelerates, events like this may become more common, not less. These effects remind us that even the most advanced cities are not immune to the forces of nature. It's a sobering thought, but also a call to action. As we pick up the pieces and move forward, we need to think about how we can build a future that is resilient to these kinds of events. As Dubai dries out and life returns to normal, the question remains, how can we prevent such disasters in the future? The answer might not be as simple as we'd like, but it's clear that we must be proactive and consider multiple angles. Firstly, we need to address the infrastructure. The recent flooding in Dubai has underscored the importance of robust and efficient drainage systems. We need to invest in infrastructure that can withstand not just the climate of today, but of the future as well. This includes rethinking our building designs, urban planning, and even our transport systems to be more resilient to extreme weather events. Secondly, we must explore sustainable environmental practices. It's not enough to react to disasters as they occur. We must anticipate and prepare for them. This includes considering how our actions might impact the environment and the weather. For instance, cloud seeding has been used globally since the 1940s, but its effectiveness varies, and it raises concerns about its impact on rainfall distribution and potential health risks. We need to better understand these practices and their implications. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we need to address climate change. Climate change-induced extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe, and we need to mitigate these risks. This means reducing our greenhouse gas emissions, investing in renewable energy sources, and promoting sustainable living. It's not just about protecting Dubai, but our entire planet. The future of Dubai, like many cities, might very well depend on how we respond to these environmental challenges. It's a daunting task, but one we must undertake if we are to ensure a safe and sustainable future for all. The recent floods in Dubai have raised many questions about climate change, urban planning, and our relationship with the environment. It's been a journey of discovery, exploring the various factors that came together to create such an event. Let's briefly revisit what we've uncovered. First, we delved into the potential causes of the floods. We explored the role of cloud seeding, a weather modification technique that's been used globally since the 1940s. While it has been utilized to enhance rainfall in Dubai, experts have dismissed claims linking it directly to the floods. Instead, they point towards inadequate drainage infrastructure and climate change-induced extreme weather events as the primary culprits. We also discussed the ripple effect of such a disaster. Not only does it impact the day-to-day life of residents, but it also brings to light the broader implications of climate change and how it exacerbates extreme weather events. From road closures to the shutting down of schools and the major airport, the floods highlighted the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of such challenges. Looking ahead, we explored potential solutions and preventative measures. Addressing climate change and reducing greenhouse gas emissions need to be at the forefront of these efforts. Additionally, improving the city's drainage infrastructure could mitigate future floods. But it's not just about the physical changes we need to make. It's also about changing our perspective and acknowledging that we are in a relationship with our environment. Our actions have consequences, and we need to be mindful of our environmental footprint. As we ponder these issues, remember, every city has its challenges, but it's how we respond that defines our resilience. In facing these trials, let's strive to build a future that's not just about surviving but thriving. A future where we can coexist harmoniously with our environment, where we learn from our past, adapt, and move forward with wisdom and respect for the world we live in.